Hear their cry, don't let them die. Let us protect our marine ecosystems so that our Mother Earth looks beautiful. Greetings to one and all present here. I am Ahan Singh, a student of Springdale School, Dholakua, New Delhi, India. It's an honor to be a part of the 2022 Global Empathy Summit being held by Virtual Schools Australia. My team comprises of Amani Sharma, class 12th, Janesh Dev, class 11th, Vardha Anand, class 11th, and myself, Ahan Singh, class 12th. Both Amani and I were a part of this execution of this project at the World Environment Day, and it was originally a startup idea by both of us. It encompasses the 14th SDG goal issued by the United Nations. Oil spilling. What is oil spill? The release of a liquid petroleum hydrocarbon into the environment, especially the marine ecosystem, due to human activity is a form of pollution which causes the waste output in oceans, in turn harming aquatic life. Oil on ocean surfaces is harmful to many forms of aquatic life because it prevents sufficient amounts of sunlight from penetrating the surface, and it also reduces the level of dissolved oxygen. Life below water states the conservation and sustainable use of the ocean, seas, and marine resources for progressive and sustainable development. Removing oil from the ocean and water bodies not only cleans the ocean and preserves its natural pristineness, but also creates a safe and clean habitat for marine animals, thus complying with the SDGs issued by the United Nations. Moving on to the working of our project. On experimental basis, we made use of a series of granite stones discs mounted vertically on a shaft in such a manner that when the said shaft is placed on a polluted or oil-spilled water body, the discs are partially immersed in water. The granite discs, on spinning with the aid of a motor, collects oil onto themselves. At the top of the discs, channels have been created to collect oil from the stones. This process thus gradually removes the oil to a great extent. We now have a short video clip that I'll be presenting showing the working of our model. Just a second. I hope it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The video is a bit unclear, but if you look closely, you can see the oil getting onto the tracks from the granite stone discs gradually on motion. Yeah, I think that's visible now.
Spill the oil into the ocean. As you can see, it's spilling the oil. You have used your container. You connected it with the pipe, and it contains water and oil. When you connect this to the batteries, we made this from granite stone. Granite stone. And the friends are on rotation, take the oil from the ocean and deposit it into an aluminum style here, which then goes into this pipe and then it comes here.
I now call upon Janesh Dev, class 11, to take you through the aims and objectives of our presentation.
Hi, I'm Janesh from grade 11, and I'll be taking you over the aims and objectives of our project as the R&D in charge of our group. So to begin with, as Ahan rightly explained, oil spills are vastly detrimental to the environment and create a bad ecological balance as well as harm marine life. So the mission of our project is quite clear: to make an oil spill removal machine which is quicker, more able, cost-effective, pragmatic, and also applicable on a large scale. Not only this, in order to garner support from international and worldwide organizations such as the United Nations, Our project complies with the 14th Sustainable Development Goal, Life Below Water, which states the conservation and sustainable use of the ocean, seas, and marine resources for progressive and sustainable development. Our project checks all the correct boxes of it being cost effective, easy to implement, applicable on a large scale, as well as being useful and handy and solving a global issue which is current. Removing oil from the oceans is incredibly necessary, and water bodies not only clean the environment and preserve its natural pristiness, but also creates a safe and clean habitat for marine animals, thus complying with the UN and also garnering support and funds from them in the process. I now hand over to Amani to take you over the action plan of our project.
I will be taking over to walk you through our tailored action plan. My role is of a co-creator with Ahan Singh, our fellow teammate from when we first devised the idea into a vision back in 7th grade. And finally, we've branched out with as many pairs of eyes as we could have gotten. Right, so the base for this project stems from utilizing available space on already operating nautical vehicles, such as commercial liners and cruise ships. Partnering with such water-based transport manufacturing would permit us to utilize and install our model onto the rear side of the ship, adjacent to the storage area. Not only would this be cost effective, but also resource effective, as instead of having to create a specialized fleet of vessels to carry the model, we made use of those already in operation, thereby lessening the money required to kickstart the model, as well as reducing the number of vessels at sea and resources spent on the same. The first step towards this goal would be hiring skilled labor that is capable of installing the mechanism on these vessels. I'll be passing over the mic to the researcher teammate, Vardha Anand.
I am Vardha Anand of grade 11. I handle the logistics of the project and I'll be briefing you about the timeline and budget for our project. As far as the funding for the project is concerned, a voluntary patron-based system is a must-have, where people wishing to help out and donate to the implementation of the model can do so. However, a voluntary-based monetary system is in no way a stable or logical way to establish the concept. The initial push towards the growth and establishment of the project stems from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Fund, which not only allows us to start the production of our model on a large scale, safely and sustainably, but also marks our model as a reliable and trustable system. After the initial setup, the consistent growth of the project is expanded via the funds obtained from fundraisers, as well as symbiotic collaborations with various environmental NGOs and incidentally, the voluntary donation funds. Over time, as the project grows and gains momentum, the possibility of sourcing funding or even collaborating with larger organizations or partaking under them becomes a greater possibility, allowing us to attain more funds and let the model spread exponentially, gaining more traction. I would now like to call Ahan for the pledge.
We pledge to sustainably manage and protect marine and coastal ecosystems to avoid significant adverse impacts, including by strengthening their resilience and take action for their restoration to achieve healthy and productive oceans in line with Goal 14 of United Nations for Sustainable Development.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an amazing and brilliant example of how you are applying science, technology, engineering, maths, STEAM subjects to address a real issue. This is indeed an excellent example of empathy in action. Any of our panel members would like to add to this, please? Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am so incredibly impressed by all of the presentations, but particularly this one. My first degree was in environmental science many, many years ago. So this rang particularly close to my interest. It's amazing how you are finding something, a problem to solve, and being so creative and so innovative. And so empathetic in trying to resolve these world problems. I think this one is particularly important when it happens, and to have a solution like this and to have created your own model already, and to have presented it and researched it so well with references and such thorough research is truly, truly impressive. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot to us.
Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it.
And also the prototype you have built.
Yes.
It shows the research
So
has gone
impressive.
into it.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow.
I'd just like to add my my congratulations. Such an impressive team, research, building a product that will help. I just think it's fabulous. And I'm just wondering, you obviously know what is already being done, but that collaboration that you were talking about, even with the universities and the scientists, to perhaps even get some feedback on your product. I think having a mentor from the university, I'm sure they, could probably do that, because I think this is a fabulous idea. So to take it to that next level with the universities and those who are already in that, already doing wonderful things with oil spillages, but I'm sure perhaps you've already done that anyway, but just into the future, and just a wonderful, wonderful team. Well done. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Thank
we
you so
have
much.
exhibited the project at NITI Aayog, which is the National Institution for Transforming India, and we received a good feedback, and we plan to take it further ahead in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
A request for the team, if you could share the prototype video with us, that would be good.
Yes.
That would be really great,
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. We'll
because
make
we
it.
didn't receive that video. If you could share the prototype video,
Sure,
it would be a great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.